new user training for TV4Education. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is, how do I set up users for TV4Education? Broadly speaking, there are two kinds of users. There are students and then there are teachers. So we'll talk about setting up a teacher. Now, setting up a teacher or a student is identical. The only difference being the role that you give everyone that you set up. Okay, so here we go. You need to be logged in. Anything in Smart Suite or TV4Education, you have to be logged in. So you need to be not on the TV4Education page. The TV4Education page is where teachers go to get content, and only teachers have access to this page. Okay, so recently added all the new stuff that gets added every week, and bearing in mind we add anywhere from 250 to 350 new videos every week based on your requests. We have Learning Tube, which is content based on curriculum specific tied requests that people have made. We've got documentaries, we've got movies, we've got YouTube, we've got lessons. Okay, and if you look at our lessons, or if you look at our content, or if you look at our Learning Tube or our documentaries, one thing I can guarantee you, that if you put all our competitors together and put their content together, we will have somewhere between 3 to 5 times more content than all our competitors put together across all those individual areas. Okay, so TV4Education is where teachers go, and this is the school collection. This is where, once you've requested content, this is the page where the students go. However, before they can do anything, they have to be logged in, either with single sign-on or with their Patron user name. So to do that, you need to be an administrator or a librarian. You click on the menu, you come down to Patron, and you go to Patron Management. When you click on Patron Management, it's always going to bring up the user that you're logged in as. So if I'm logged in as a library administrator, that's the record it's going to bring up, and it's going to bring up everything about me here. Okay, now if you want to find someone, you just go find and you type in their name, their first name, their part of their name, whatever it is, you put that in and it will bring that record up. Okay, now when you go into the system, you do need to notice that there are plenty of fields of information across here. We really don't use any of them other than the first page. Okay, so if you type in new, it will give you a blank screen and you put that in. So let's go along here. We need a barcode. Could be a library barcode. It could be the admin number. That's a good way to go. That way at least the student knows, oh, my admin number is 3541. Therefore my login is 3541. Therefore all my activity is tracked to 3501. So it's a good idea to just maintain a number, any kind of number. My recommendation is use the admin number. Okay, then you need a name, a surname, an email address will come in handy, but it's not necessary, but I'll explain that in a minute. Don't worry about the security, that's automatically added. And then a class grade or a year level. Okay, so if you're year 11, then you should choose 11. I'll go into where you put these class grades and set them up in a minute. Okay, but once you set them up, you'll have a list to choose from. So I've got a class grade 11 or 10, so I'll say, okay, no, my security is 12. I'll choose a class grade 12. So I'm in 12 class grade. You don't need a homeroom, but the system needs it. So go and you can just have one homeroom, just called not required. And you can put everyone in a not required homeroom. However, if you want to do reports based on homeroom, then it's important to have individual homerooms for each grouping. Okay, then the role that you have to choose from with anyone in here is, when you click on here, it'll either be a librarian or administrator of which is a librarian, who's the head librarian. So it'll either be that, or student, or teacher. Those are the only roles that you need to worry about. If I put teacher, what implications does it have? If I make that role as a teacher, what it will do is it will give all the login people that TV4Education button. So the teacher role should not be given to the student. So the TV4Education button allows Mike Smith to now go to TV4Education, search for anything out of the over 160,000 videos, request content on any topic, and request lists of content on any topic. And so that's what that privilege allows them to do. And it also allows them to build lessons. So as an example, I might just want to take 2 minutes of a YouTube video and 3 minutes of another YouTube video, put question and answers on it and put it up on the system. Well, guess what? You can do that. Nobody else does that, but you can do it if you've been given the role of a teacher. If you were given the role of a student, all you will be able to do is when you go to the schools collection, you will only be able to click the videos that are there and watch them, or watch videos that have been sent to you by the teachers. Okay, there's YouTube. Isn't it beautiful the way YouTube works in Smart Suite Library? Or you can see a TV4Education video. Okay, and you can fast forward that, you can play it, you can backtrack, you can do anything you like on that particular video. Okay, so that's the advantage of a student. And if this video was an MA and you were a year 9 student, it'll make sure that you can't watch it. So a student role is very important, but the year level of the student is important. Okay, so to create a patron, remember, you go to Patron, go to Patron Management, and then you go New at the bottom, gives you a blank screen, and you put in the people that you want to make users of your system. Now, if you're looking at a record on the system, how do the students access it? So what you can do is you can turn on and say, all right, this is a really, really good system on a user that's here, and I'm going to put in his admin number. So that is his admin number. Okay, now this person can log in using that number. He can also log in using what we call as a username. The username can be anything, but I've chosen to have the username as first name, full stop, surname. So Michael can log in with michael.fernandez or 6565656, or he can also log in with his email address, and he can use any combination of those three. Okay, obviously he has a password, and you need to set up a password. You might want to get into the habit of, when you create anyone, just go change password, save the record first. Okay, so put their details in here, then go and then hit save, and then go change password. My recommendation, give them a generic password and make it all the same, and that's password in lowercase. So put password in lowercase here, put password in lowercase here, go change password. It'll bring you back in this screen, and then in here you can say change password on the next login, and then go save. And what that will do, you can tell everyone, I've created you on the system, everyone's password's password. So once you log in, you're going to be prompted to change a password. Okay, and if they forget it, which they will, you just call up their record, use a find, call their record up, and click on change password on next login. Okay, click the save. If you change anything, click the save. Then go to change password, make it password again, and say, Mike, I've reset your password as password. Now you can go and log in. Now, the thing is, he might have sent you an SMS, or he might have phoned you, or he might have met you in the lunchroom or the staff room and said, oh, look, I can't log in again. I forgot my password. You say, look, how about I do it and send you an email? So once you've done all of that, click on email the login, and it will go to whatever email is there. It'll give them the URL for the system, give them that, and you can tell them the password is going to be password. So just click on it. Okay, so that's how easy it is to set someone up. Now, remember I said that the class grade determines the security level, because we So if I'm logged in as a year 9 student, I don't want to have year 12 material coming up. If I've logged in as a year 6 student or year 4 student, I don't want to see, as a parent, I don't want to see year 9 stuff coming up there. So every patron belongs in a year level. And where you set that is you go into the menu, you go down to configuration, you go to the authority file, and it's a class grade authority file. So when you click on the authority file editor, it's alphabetic. So you go to class grade, and there's all your different class grades. If you have a class grade that's not here, just put the name of the class grade here, which will be 7 or 6 or so. In this case, I haven't got a year 3. So I'll just go, that's a year 3, and let's go add. So now I've got a year 3 class grade. And if I click on the edit button, okay, and year 3, I want them to be able to see anything available for year 3 and under. Okay. Now, if you click save, that is now applied. All these other parameters are if you're also running our learning management system. Okay. But from TV4Education, that's all you're worried about. Okay. Now, when you click save, if you had 2 students with year 3 or 200 students that are in year 3, whatever changes you do here, the instant you hit save, watch it flash. It's so fast, it flashes, it'll blink, you'll miss it. So watch it. There. Every time you click save, all your year 3 students will get the new parameters. And that's all there is to it. Okay. Now, if you want to import patrons into the system, so you've got a whole new year level you're starting. So this is 2021 is the start of the year. Yes, I know I have all my old patrons in my system. I don't want to roll them over from year 3s to year 4s and year 4s to year 5s and so forth and so on. Why can't I import them? Absolutely you can. So you can talk to us. So just go patron and smart patron import. I'm not going to do it now, but you can import patrons in bulk through there. And to import 2,000 patrons into the system, you're looking at about a minute. So it's very fast. So my recommendation is think about doing a patron import maybe once a week, once a month, and get all your patrons into the system. Okay. So now that you're on the system and you've got content and you want to send that content home as part of the homework because your students are not at school, you've got COVID, and you want to make sure that they can access this video that you put on because it's so important. Not a problem. All you do is you click on the video, and every video that comes up will give you a synopsis of that video. Okay, and it stays there for a couple of seconds, then disappears, and of course then plays. You can fast forward. Okay, one of the things we do with TV4Education and Smart Suite, we don't tie you down. We don't say, oh, if you sign up for 3 years, we'll give you $2 off. No, we don't play games like that. Okay, it's the most affordable digital multimedia and library system that's around, and guaranteed it'll be a fraction of what you're currently paying if you are paying it. Okay, now we also guarantee that all our content will integrate into anything digital. And by anything we mean, if you could in your existing system take a website address and send it to your kids, so you might take the website. A good example would be www.google.com.au. If you could take that URL and put it wherever you currently put digital information to distribute it to your students, and when kids click on that link, it opens up the Google search engine, we guarantee that when you click that share icon, okay, now it's very important to understand this. When you click the share icon, it gives you the ability to share it, except we just don't share it with any Tom, Dick or Harry. What you do is you choose who you want to share it with. So I'll choose, I want to share it with all my year 8s. When you click the year 8, you watch this field here in the share link, it'll go blank for a second. Again, it's fast, so watch closely, click, blank, and there it is. Now you can take that URL and highlight it with your mouse, and then just go right click and go copy. Now that you've copied it, you can actually go ahead and insert it into anything digital, including email. So if you've got a group email to all your year 8s, you just go paste and go send. If you're putting it into your learning management system in a Word document, in a PowerPoint presentation or whatever, you can put that anywhere, and the experience that the student will have if they're year 8 and they're already logged in to the school's network, this is what's going to happen. When they hit enter, the video is automatically going to come up, the synopsis comes up there, it'll disappear after a second or so, and then the video will play, and they have the ability to go big screen, they have the ability to fast forward, they have the ability to go as far as they want, replay it, go back, do whatever they want. And guess what? They even have the ability to go, oh, that's very good, I'm watching it at school or I'm watching it on my mobile phone, but I want a copy of that because I want to be able to edit the section that I want and put it as part of my assignment. So all they'll do is click on I for information, and every item on TV4Education has a download. And when they click that download button, wherever they are in the world, it will download it on whatever device they are, and they can go save it. And guess what? They've not only got a copy of that, it's unencrypted like our competitors, and it's in MPEG-4 format, so you can actually edit it out. It'll have a TV4Education watermark so we can track what's happening. Now, if that video was given to them based on a share code, because you use that link, you know what we'll do for that teacher? We will give that teacher the ability and a report to tell her who opened it, when they opened it, and how often they opened it. So how about that for accountability? Okay, so our recommendation is when you put teachers on and they get that TV4Education button and they go and they say, all right, I can add content. Let's go National Geographic. Click on that, and I'm looking at this and I go, ooh, this is an amazing documentary, Life on the Edge, Sydney Harbour. That's just awesome. So you can watch it, okay? And then if you decide, I want that, just click that star as a teacher, and then that'll add it to the school's collection. That's it. Now, when I go to my school's collection, guess what? There it is. It took literally a second. And honestly, if you are into engaging with your students, and if you are into helping your teachers to engage with the library, cut your teachers loose and encourage them to add content into your system here, because we do not have any storage limits, and there's no minimum number of videos or any kind of, oh, you've exceeded that, now here's a bill for using too much of our system. We don't work like that, okay? And can you imagine how rich the school will be if in the library and through the library, they don't even have to come into the library. The beauty about this is that you are promoting the library, because from home they can get onto all the digital content that the teachers have added. And I've just shown you how simple and how easy it is to add digital content. Okay, now remember I said you can download anything. The only exception is you can add YouTube. Okay, so when you add YouTube content, if you look at the information, there is no download button, because we want to make sure that you stay legal and do and use YouTube legally. Okay, now let me go to TV4Education as an example. In TV4Education, I am going to search for NASA Stars Discovery. Okay, now I might have spelt it wrong, so I've deliberately done that because I wanted to show you that there is, I was hoping I'd get nothing in there, but let's say for argument's sake that you are a particular person looking for a particular topic, and you go, oh, there's only this one item in here. I was hoping I'd get nothing, but let's say there's only this one. I'd like more. And at TV4Education, we guarantee you, you will never ever get a situation where you'll only get a choice of one. Okay, we'll give you multiple choices. So what you can do is you can click on YouTube, okay, and when you go on YouTube, there you go. How about that? And you'll get all the stuff on YouTube. And to add a YouTube, let's have a look at this one, okay? And I go, wow, this is an amazing YouTube video. I want to add that onto my system. So all you do is you just click star, and that's added YouTube, okay? And you want to win your teachers over because teachers use YouTube, okay? There seems to be a very big disconnect between teachers using the library system or even coming into the library. Well, this is your golden opportunity to get teachers on board. I'm just going to add that to the schools collection. And by the way, I'm going to click it again, okay, add the same video, and I'm going to add the same video, okay? And I'm doing that for a particular reason. I want to demonstrate that it doesn't matter how many times people add the same video, only one copy gets added. It tracks and manages all of that, okay? Now, the beauty about teachers is they love YouTube, and you should be encouraging them to use YouTube through TV4Education. It has a number of benefits. First of all, you win the teachers over. Secondly, when they go in there, okay, that's the content. Remember how many times I added that? There's my YouTube videos, and this is the experience the students have. So show your teachers that you can communicate this video to them. They can share it. And how about getting a report back on who actually participated and watched it? Okay, so that's one of the big advantages of using YouTube through there. Okay, now what you can also, and remember, every teacher that uses the system has the potential to promote your library to more than 100 students, because teachers are in front of groups of students. Now, if they are adding content and they sharing content and they showing them that they can go here, how about this? So here I am, a student, I've come in, I've got this video, and I go, oh, there's all these books in there as well. Okay, so teachers can be the best people to promote your library for you. And digital content is the way of the future. It's the way to introduce them to the library. And once they get the foot in the door, they go through a world of discovery that not only is it about the digital, but my goodness, there's all these books on here as well. Oh, I've clicked on that book and there's a G against the author. And oh, I've got an author page about that book. Oh, and there's a review on YouTube, on Google about that book as well. So the thing is, make a friend of the teacher, show them how to get TV4Education, and we'll even help you. So if you have a teacher that's struggling or that's not really interested, but you want us to do a one-on-one with that teacher, guess what? We will love to do it. And unlike our competitors, we don't charge you for it. We are about encouraging discovery, encouraging the digital space, and encouraging teachers and students to build the library collection. The last thing I'm going to spend just a few minutes on, to just as something that you could say to teachers, you know what? See all these YouTube videos? Did you know that you can take any YouTube video and just cut the section that you want? It is so easy. And just email that to the student. So instead of watching this NASA YouTube, which goes for 25 minutes, just the 3 minutes at the middle and then the 2 minutes at the end. So if you want them to do that, just click on the menu and you have a Smart Classrooms module. And if you'd like a detailed expose on Smart Classrooms, why don't you let us know, and we'll do a YouTube live just on Smart Classrooms for librarians and or teachers if you want. But I want to create a lesson, and I'm going to build one on YouTube to just show you what you can show your teachers. YouTube editing. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to save that lesson. I'm going to add a resource. So let's go to YouTube and stars. Just do a search. That's a YouTube. Night sky stars. Don't want theatrical stars. So there we go, nighttime. So I'm going to add that video, and I'm going to add another video. Okay, so let's add that video. It's a 4K video. That's amazing. All right, now let's say, for argument's sake, I play this video on YouTube, and this video goes for 20 minutes, an hour, however, but I'm only interested in just from here to here, and I'm interested from here to here. That's all I want. But I don't want them to waste time watching all of this. So when you load the video, there's the scissors to edit it. Just go click edit, and that's my start, that's my end of the edit. So let's play the video, go to the start of the video, go here, okay, and that's the end of my edit, and that's chapter 1. And I go create the chapter. I go to the end of the video down there, and that's the start of my edit. Go down here, that's the end of my edit, and that's chapter 2. And I go create that chapter, and there it is. Okay, now what happens is, when I play that video, watch what happens with the video. The video loads, the performance bar goes to the start of the cut, and it just plays the cut. And then it'll go to the end and play that bit. And that's all it'll do. That's how easy it is. And if you want to share this lesson, it's on your system, but just go share. And there's the URL. Click on that, and the link has been copied. And now I can share it with anyone. Or I can say, no, just year 9s. And now go share. And that link will only work for the year 9 students. Okay? So that's how amazing it is to be able to edit YouTube content. Okay, we do a lot more on smart classrooms. Just ask us for it. Thank you very much to be able to introduce TV4Education. And if I can encourage you, don't think of it as a librarian's tool. Think of it as a student's learning tool where you can get your teachers engaged. And the carrot that you can hang with them is, you can say, you know what? In TV4Education, did you know that you could go to my requests and you can go and put in, so if you need to teach 32 lessons, why not go and put in a topic request for every individual lesson and what the outcomes you want, and ask them for a resource list on it, and we will get it for you. It'll take us maximum 48 hours, but we will give that teacher a resource list to help them communicate what they need to communicate and make champion teachers out of everybody in your school, and make your librarian the center for learning, the center for all educational resources, the center for grade 1, first class, engaging current resources. And you will not be spending $1 of your library budget as you add content to the school's collection. Once it's there forever unless you delete it. Thank you.